In this video, we're going to be talking exterior lighting for your van. Specifically, we're going to talk about Baja Designs and Oxbeam. Now, these are two lighting companies that we use a lot, and I'm going to explain to you the differences. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll be able to decide which one is better for your van conversion. So let's get into it. So there are other companies out there. We've used Nightlight, which is a pretty inexpensive light that you can find on Amazon. Good company, we've used those. There's nothing wrong with those, but these would be the next step up. The Oxbeam would be a step up from the Nightlight, and then the Baja Designs is kind of the cream of the crop. So we're gonna be talking mainly pod lights and light bars. So when you're talking pod lights, you'd be talking small, we call them porch lights or sometimes security lights that you would put kind of on the roof of your van. We pretty much always put a couple of them on the passenger side where the sliding door exit is. We'll put those on the roof rack and mount them, as you can see, kind of up here on this van. We've got one on the back of this van, and those are controlled from a switch inside the van, usually running off the house batteries, not the starter battery, so you can turn those on when you want to light up the outside. We'll often also add them to the rear of the van so that you can have lighting off the back, and then sometimes even on the driver's side to be able to light all the way around the van. Now this is kind of our go-to, our standard light for most of our builds. The Oxbeam 3x3, really good light. The Baja Design light that we've used for the pod lights is the S1. They also make an S2. These are the ones that I have, so I'm just going to talk about these, but you can look at the different sizes. They have other options. So I'm going to put my glasses so that I can read some information about these and see these well. Just comparing the overall brightness of these. So these are rated, the Baja Design is rated at about 20 watts. And the Oxbeam is about 40 watts, so double the wattage. But that doesn't tell the whole picture. Because of the quality of the materials, the lenses, the clarity, you're actually gonna get very similar performance out of these two lights, even though the Oxbeam is double the wattage. So you're actually gonna use less power to get a similar amount of light from the Baja Design as you will from the Oxbeam. And that's because the Baja Design has a proprietary lens called their Clearview optics. So in testing, this light will project anywhere from 100 to 300 feet. And it's a very clear light that doesn't really have any hot spots or glare. Also, the temperature on this one is 5,000 K, which is a very natural light, where the Oxbeam is 6,500, which is a little bit more towards the blue end of the spectrum. So this is gonna be I would say, more pleasant color on the light. So really for the brightness and the clarity that you're gonna get out of these, I would say the Baja Design wins, even though the Oxbeam is really good. 40 watts isn't a ton, but if you do have like these all the way around the van and you have 6 of them, that's a pretty good amount. So you really can't go wrong with either one of these for just the clarity and the brightness, but I would give the edge to the Baja Designs light for this. Now, as far as the build quality, the Oxbeam has a die-cast casing with a polycarbonate lens. The Baja Design light is actually a CNC machined aluminum housing, and then it has a Gore-Tex breather to eliminate any fogging. It has built-in overcurrent protection, and you can also swap out the lenses. Like if you wanted an amber light, you could swap out the lens without any tools. The Baja Designs also have a lifetime warranty. So these, as far as build quality goes, again, I have to give the edge to the Baja Designs. But again, you can't go wrong with the Oxbeam. They're good, solid lights for the price. Now, as far as power draw, like I said, these are about 20 watts. We'll use about 1.5 amps per hour. They also run a little bit cooler than the Oxbeam. Now, the Oxbeam, like I said, do use a little bit more power. They use about 3 to 4 amps per hour. So if you put, like I said, 6 of these around your van and you're running them all at the same time, you know, that can add up. So if power consumption is a consideration, then again, I give the edge to the Baja Design light.
Hey guys, are you a DIY van builder? That's how we started, and we love to support the DIY community. So we've created some resources that have helped in our journey, and we've made them available to you. We've got a free spreadsheet with all of the materials we use in our conversions. That's taken hundreds of hours to research and that we've tested and proven out. We have a download with the van build sequence that we use in all of our conversions. Plus, we've got other products on our website that tons of DIY builders have found helpful. Check out the links in description below for more details.
So as far as light bars go, up on this van right here, we have a 50-inch Baja Designs S8 light bar. That's a single row of lighting. And then on this van, we have the Auxbeam 50-inch. The Auxbeam has multiple rows of lighting, so it's a little bit taller. One other thing about the Auxbeam is it does come in both a straight and a curved model, where the S8 Baja Design only comes in a straight. So the power draw on these is very similar. They're both about 280 watts, which works out to around 20 to 24 amps per hour that they're going to use. So the Baja Design puts out almost 32,000 lumens, where the Auxbeam is just under 29,000. So again, that lens quality, the light quality, you're going to get a little bit more out of the same amount of wattage in the Baja Design lights. Again, the color temperature on the Baja Designs is the 5000K, where the Auxbeam is 6500K, so you're going to have a little bit more white compared to a little bit more blue with the Auxbeam. So as far as build quality goes, you're going to have a little bit higher build quality with the Baja Designs, but you'd expect that with a more expensive light. Now, as far as cost goes, the Auxbeam light is about $160. It comes with your wire harness, comes with everything you need. Where the Baja Designs, the light bar is about $1,200, and then you're going to have to probably buy a wiring harness, depending on how you're going to hook it up, which runs another $80. As far as the pod lights go, for the Auxbeam, you're talking a pair of those is about $70. Again, comes with the wiring harness. The Baja Designs you can buy individually, so I have to stand corrected. I've been saying the S1, it's actually the S2 this whole time that I've been talking about. This is the Baja Designs S2 because it has two lights. The S1 is more of a square light, but a pair of these, so you can buy these S2 lights individually, and they're around $150 each, $130 to $150 each. That comes with just the light, no wiring harness. So you're gonna have to add a wiring harness or do your own wiring, probably with a relay, or you can buy a pair for about $250 to $300, and those do come with the wiring harness. So again, the Baja Design, several times more expensive than the Auxbeam. So the question that it really comes down to is the extra money worth it for the Baja Design? I would say if you want the best quality in off-road lighting, go with the Baja Design. If your budget is not an issue and you can afford them, go with them. They're absolutely the best exterior lighting that you can find. But if you're a little bit more budget conscious and you want a really high quality light for a little bit more reasonable price, then the Auxbeam is a great option. We've used these on a lot of vans, have not had any issues with them. They're good quality, they mount easily. Both these lights will mount easily to most types of roof racks, through aluminum, to a slot. There are a lot of mounting options, easy to mount, pretty easy to wire as well. So really you can't go wrong with either of these, but if you're a little bit more budget conscious, look at the Auxbeam. If price is not an issue, then the Baja Design is the one for you. If you want to see more videos about van building, van products, van conversion, van life, then please consider subscribing and be sure to smash that like button. And we'll see you in the next video. Jeff with Thrive Vans, Thrive on. See ya.